Hi, my name is Tammy Roussel, founder of Mitsy, and today I'm going to show you the latest project for the Care Cafe to Go program. This program is supported in part by a grant from the Medford Arts Council, a local commission supported by the Mass Cultural Council and the City of Medford. The Medford COA and Mitsy have partnered to bring these projects to you once a quarter. This quarter, we're doing this cute little pumpkin. It's a stuffed pumpkin with a fleece outer layer and some polyfill and some cute green leaves, fleece leaves on the top, and a little black felt stem. In addition, we have this cute little mat that you'll be decorating as your centerpiece holder. Your pumpkin will go in the center of it, and you'll have this little vase with an orange ribbon and some fall flowers. A perfect centerpiece for your fall table. So let's get started with the instructions. So let's talk about what's in your kit. You should have a packet with some green fleece ribbon wrapped up in a black elastic and a plastic needle slid underneath. You should have a green fleece. It looks kind of like a figure 8 with 2 holes in the center. Those are the leaves. You should have what feels like a roll of black felt, and it has a little elastic around the bottom third. That is going to be your stem. You should have some fleece, and it is in a colorful orange and yellow and green pumpkin pattern, and it has the tactile bordered holes around all 3 sides. It's folded in half with 3 plastic clips on both the right and left short sides of the fleece. This is your pumpkin shell. Then you should have your circular mat, placemat, and attached to it you have a couple of bags so you can remove the safety pin. And you should have a bag of flowers. So there should be a sunflower and some sticky back leaves as well. I'll put those aside for now. And then finally, you have 2 more bags. You have some other silk flowers and a bag with a little vase, a ribbon, and some marbles. So that will be for the pretty vase that's going to go on the side of your mat. There, and then of course your stuffing for your stuffed pumpkin. So let's get started with this. First, take your fleece fabric with the 3 plastic clips on the right and left short sides and place it in front of you on the table with the long side that has the holes on top away from you on the table and the folded side closest to you. Then take your package of your fleece strips and your plastic needle, remove the plastic needle and remove the elastic from the strips. You can put that elastic aside, and you should have 2 green fleece strips. Put one of them aside and then take the other, and we are going to lace our plastic needle. So you're going to put the short end of the green fleece strip through the eye of the plastic needle, the little hole. And it helps if you kind of angle it to get the point of the fleece through first, and then pull it through and pull about a couple inches through of a tail. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a running stitch up one side, one of the short sides, until we get to the center of the top side. And then we're going to lace the second fleece ribbon through the needle and do the opposite short side and up in the center. So now I'm going to give you a close-up view of our stitching. So I'm going to start in my lower left corner, and you'll notice that the fold of the fabric on the bottom left side, there is a hole right on the fold, and that's where we're going to start. So we're going to take our threaded needle, plastic needle, and we're going to go top down through this hole, and we're going to pull our fleece ribbon through. And we're going to keep pulling until we get close to just about an inch left of the tail. We're going to tie a little knot in that tail so it doesn't come all the way through. And then these plastic clips you can remove as you start lacing toward them. So I'll remove the first one. Then we're going to do the running stitch. We're going to go up and down through the holes up the side. So we're going to go top down through this next hole, and then bottom up through the one after that, and top down through the next one. And you can kind of hold the fleece strip to help it from twisting too much. Now we have the second clip we can remove. Bottom up through the next hole, top down through the next one. Again, we're doing the running stitch up the short left-hand side of the fleece fabric. Remove that next plastic clip. I'm going to go bottom up through that corner hole. Okay, so we've done the whole, whoops, I'm going to pull that, didn't pull through all the way. Make sure your lacing is tight from the bottom to the top. You don't want it so tight that it is scrunching the fabric, but not so loose that these stitches come loose. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to go over, so this is 13 holes across, so we're going to go over 6 holes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to stop there. So I'm going to go top down through the next hole across the top, and then bottom up. Again, doing this running stitch. So that's 1, 2, third hole down, fourth hole up, fifth hole down, and sixth hole up. And we're going to take off the fleece ribbon from the needle, and we're going to get our second ribbon and lace that through the eye of our plastic needle. Now if you want, you can tie a knot in the end of your fleece strip before you start. That works as well. And again, you're going to find that hole that is along the fold on the bottom right now. I'm going to go top down through that and pull through until the knot stops us. And now we're going to go bottom, top down through the next hole, just like we did on the other side. Lace doing the running stitch now on the right short side of our fabric. Up and down through each hole. Oh, remove these plastic clips as we get to them. This is a pretty simple project. The hardest part is probably when we have to tie it tightly. So we'll get there. Then come up through the corner. Okay, so now that we have laced all the way up the right short side of our fleece fabric, and we have those holes on the top open, we are going to stuff the inside of this folded pumpkin fabric. So you're going to take your stuffing that came in the plastic bag, and we're going to take parts of it and just stuff it in to that opening and push it over into the corners so it's nice and full. You got lots of stuffing here because we want this pumpkin to be nice and plump. I'm going to put it all the way over. Get this whole thing. It's going to be a plump rectangle for now. Try to even it out across both sides. So now you've got what looks like a rectangular pumpkin pillow. And once you've stuffed that all in, about even across both sides, now we're going to finish lacing the top. So we came up through the corner. I'm going to go top down through the next hole, bottom up, and you kind of have to hold it together. If you want, you can use those plastic clips that we set aside to clip along the top to make it a little easier, but it is tight. Now if you feel the back and the front with your fingers, line up those holes. Put your fleece lacing through. I'm going to go all the way until we meet up with the other fleece strip. Okay, so now we've come so that the whole top is laced together. You've got the two lacings coming together in the center. Now here is the kind of tricky part. We're going to pull on these as tightly as possible. Pull, pull, pull. And you'll see that the right and left sides start to curl in if you've pulled tightly enough. And then what we're going to do, we still have that little hole here. While we have that hole, we want to take our rolled felt stem, and where that elastic is on the bottom third, you're going to put that part of the stem into that hole, just in the center. And then you're going to wrap these two fleece strips around that stem. Whoops. I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times and pull again so that it's really tight. Pull tight. And if you have some trouble with this, then a couple of people can do it to help each other. Pull that really tight until it's scrunched up toward the center. And then you're going to take and you're going to wrap these strips almost like wrapping a present. So you're going to go bottom, down to the bottom of the pumpkin, holding tightly, crossing it on the bottom, pull it tight, come up through the center, and up through the opposite sides, tie a knot, cross over in the top, and pull it tight. See, it starts to shape up like a pumpkin. And then once it feels like you got those 4 puffy sections of your pumpkin, you can tie a knot very tightly so you don't lose the shape of that pumpkin. And then you can kind of fluff it out a little bit. And there is your pumpkin shape. If you want to, you can move around the quarters by moving that little, the green strips a little bit till you get it the way you want it. Then next, we're going to put on the green leaf. So there, you'll feel it. It feels kind of like a figure 8. And in the center of the figure 8 are 2 little slits. You're going to take one of your fleece ribbons and put it through one of the fleece slits. Pull that leaf right down by the stem, and then take your second fleece ribbon and put it through the other slit. Again, keeping the leaf real close to the stem. And then you're going to tie a knot again in the center of the fleece leaf to tie it right on, right next to your stem. And then you're just going to take some scissors and snip off the green fleece ribbon so it's a little closer. And you've got your pumpkin. So cute and so plushy. Now that we're done with our pumpkin, let's get started with our mat. We'll put our pumpkin aside and pull our mat over. This is a nice size centerpiece. So as I said, we're gonna have the pumpkin in the center, but we're gonna decorate this first. So you should have a bag of flowers and leaves. The flower is this beautiful sunflower, and it has a sticky back piece on the back of it that you can peel the paper off and reveal the sticky side, and then just press it on the outer portion on one side of your mat. And then you should have 4 other leaf stickers that you can choose where you want to place in different colors. I like to place them around the borders. And so what you're going to do here, again, there's a sticky back paper, so just peel that off and stick it on the side where you want it. And do that with all 4 pieces. There. Now we have decorated our mat. And then the final part of this is our little vase. So in the package with a little glass, it's actually plastic, but it kind of looks like glass, little glass vase and a ribbon. And you got some marbles in here. So the marbles are to help weigh this little vase down. So you're going to put that in the bottom of the vase. And then we're going to take this ribbon. Actually, sometimes it might be easier to do this before you put the marbles in, just in case you drop them. But you can put the ribbon around the bottom of the vase and just simply tie it. I only tie it once. It really doesn't need to be tied twice. Just tie it once so it looks like a little tied bow. Then you have a little collection of flowers and greenery that you tuck right into those balls, and you've got your pretty vase. So I like to put that on the side and then put my pumpkin in the middle, and there you have it, your beautiful fall centerpiece. I hope you've enjoyed this project. We have one more delivery for 2022, and that will be coming to you in December. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Happy crafting.